Once again, welcome back Star Wars fans to SMKR. This is your host Steve. Let's look at issues 3 and 4 of the Model Space DeAgostini X-Wing. Here's issues 3 and 4. We'll look at the parts and we'll do the assembling. Here's issue 3. Once again, they take us through creating the starship fleet, starfighter aces, and then building the X-Wing. The X-Wing went through 6 or 7 body changes. Poe Dameron is featured in the 3rd issue. And then we get right into the R2-D2 laser cannon and cockpit frames. So we start assembling this some more. Here are the parts for issue 3, and this time we get the screwdriver. Here's the screwdriver and 7 XW01 black screws, and the screwdriver is magnetized. I recommend you put these in a tray so you don't lose them. Here's laser cannon housing, the front end cap and the rear end cap. Here are the cockpit frame components, and these are all made out of metal. Here's a laser cannon side detail and side tubes. And here's a few more R2-D2 leg components. The first step in issue 3 is to assemble R2-D2's leg. We'll need components from issue 1, which was the LED and his leg part. Once again, we'll take and unwind this LED and inspect it closely. Make sure none of the wires are broken. Looks good. And these are little contactors for the base. These are going to help light R2-D2 when he's inside the X-Wing. So make sure your 2 wires are in between the 2 holes here. Contactors for the base are firmly inserted, and your wire runs to the bottom of this tab here and out the exit. Then we can go ahead and put the other side on. Squeeze it together. Taking care that none of the wires are twisted coming out. And we look good there. Next we can push the circular mount through the wire and LED. And just as before, we can insert the end on this piece here. And we can install the power pack. And you can see the metal contacts for the light. Here are the parts for the cockpit floor. These are all metal, and this is where we're going to start using the screws. So we're going to look for the part that says R, and we're going to install it on the right side all the way around. Next piece gets inserted. Make sure that the large notch here covers the large hole there. You do want to take care that you do not over tighten these screws, as they can strip out. If you wanted, you could get some Loctite and put some Loctite in these too, and it would help secure them even better. All three frames are inserted and tight. Next, we assemble the laser cannon. We're going to use parts from this issue number 3 and issues 1 and 2. We'll make sure that these tabs line up with these tabs here, and the wire goes through this cutout here. Inserting this is going to help hold the pieces together, so there's no glue required. If you want to take the extra time, you can actually sand some very small seams that are found on these laser cannon tubes, which I did. Once again, I'm not going to glue these in place. Simply snap in. I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and glue this in place. This is a nice little handy tool here. It helps you separate parts that have a really tight squeeze to them. It did snap in, so really glue wasn't required. So I'm going to make sure the flat spots line up there. And the tubing lines up with the holes. Here is issue 4. This time it takes us to creating the starship fleet and building the X-Wing. We got some pictures of what it looked like in the filming set for the miniatures. Some more details about Red 5's laser cannons. And then we get right into the build. The cockpit base, Astromed droid, and laser cannon once again. Then we get into completing the R2-D2. and also completing the laser cannon. These will be the tools, glues, and paints I'll use to assemble these first 4 issues. I use tulip, glassy accent, super glue, kicker, ABS plastic cement, black styrene, a plastic cup, paintbrush, tweezers, file, X-Acto knife, sanding sponge. Here are the parts in the blister pack. Here are the parts taken out of the blister pack. We did get 3 more black screws, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lenses for R2-D2. Also a piece of fiber optic for the laser cannon. Let's get these together. Here are the side pieces for the cockpit. Those are in metal. Here are the pieces for the laser cannon. And here's the rest of the parts for R2-D2 and a battery control box. Here's the cockpit floor. Now we take the part that says left and we put it on the left side. We line up the hole and some of the tabs, and it just falls in place. Then we can go ahead and take our screw and put it in here. And we can tighten it down. Here's the cockpit floor completed. Here are all the parts for R2-D2 from issues 1, 2, and 3, and 4. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have the back side that we're going to choose first. And we'll put the spindle inside as per the instructions. Then we can insert one arm as such. Then we put the LED in the mount. Squeezes in nice and tight. So I want to light block this LED. You can see there's part of the LED sticking out on the bottom. I'm going to light block it with some tulip. And we insert the other arm over here. We also insert the LED. Now, I want the LED to stay in place, so I'm going to go ahead and just so it's easier for me to assemble all this, I'm going to super glue the LED in place first. The LED is light blocked with the tulip, and that's dry. Add a little kicker. Alright, the next step is to put R2-D2's head on. Before I did that, I wanted to make sure I light blocked this LED, because I just want the light to go up into the top dome area. So I did put some tulip around the LED, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the rest of it black. And I'm going to be using a black styrene primer. Next we insert the little light lenses into R2-D2. We insert number 3 lens in first. Next we do the red lens up front. I recommend you take either some canopy glue or some glossy accents to secure these from the backside. Now assembling the laser cannons, they recommend that you light block the ends of the laser cannons, so I'll do that with the black Stynylrez also. The Stynylrez primer has dried now, and my glossy accents has dried also to lock in those clear lenses. Now we got to assemble the top. Here's the base to put them on, and the battery control box. And there he is, he's all lit up. Very nice. Next step in issue 4 is I disassembled the laser cannon so we can install the fiber optics. I also light blocked the area where the fiber optics is with black Stynylrez. So the fiber optic will actually get inserted just like that. Assembling the suppressor now through the fiber optic. Put the clear lens on the end of the laser cannon. I'll plug it into our test box. Lighted laser cannon. Here's the completed laser cannon. And there you have it. All 4 issues were assembled. We have assembled canopy, assembled R2-D2, 1 laser cannon is assembled, and the cockpit floor. Stay tuned for issue 5. If you want to subscribe to this X-Wing, look down in the description below. I have a discount code you can use to get your first pack free. Head over to modelspace.com and subscribe today. Thank you for watching, everybody. Happy modeling, and may the Force be with you.